Collective, welcome to the channel. I'm Crystal, Divine Psychic Medium, delivering messages to you from the higher realms. Welcome in, everyone. So I'm not even going to start with channeling. I just wanted to get into the energies today and the cards. Okay, so I've already pulled some cards and I was starting to investigate them. And I was like, I need to share this with the collective because it's really significant how it's going together, right? Okay, so the overall card on the bottom that I was looking at was the North Star, which is about acceptance. What's interesting is the unicorns are here. They're helping anchor in this higher level consciousness, this energy that's coming through that's causing massive awakenings, right? So I feel that whoever's coming in alignment with this reading, you have gotten some sort of enlightenment, realization, or maybe you're even brought into this reading to get just that, okay? So, a unicorn appears to smile at a young woman, tenderly strokes a young woman tenderly strokes his chin. His single horn points towards a bright star in the sky. This is the North Star, also known as Polaris. This star is one of the most well-known astral bodies. It remains in the same spot above the northern horizon all year while the other stars circle around it. The North Star is a fixed symbol and doesn't change. It doesn't rise or set. With this in mind, the card represents those things that refuse to budge or which we cannot control. Despite being the architects of our lives, there will always be some things that cannot be altered. If you have drawn this card, then you are being reminded that not everything can be fixed or changed to suit. We can't control the weather on our wedding day, for example, or change someone's mind once it is made up. In a reading, you may be advised not to pursue something as it is clearly not working. While you may be in a position to move some mountains, there will always be some challenges that cannot be overcome. Accepting that not every hurdle can be jumped is a sign of maturity and can save you a lot of disappointment. Okay, so this is the overall energy, okay? So I'm getting some of you are starting to see things differently, right? And especially as a lot of these patterns are starting to like repeat or are starting to like, you know, when a cycle is starting to repeat itself and you start to recognize like, I've been down this path before. So you can kind of see like, well, I already tried, I already put in effort to do this, like what, you know what I mean? So, all right, I'm not going to get into explaining what I think, I just want to get into the cards. Okay. So then, in the first card I started looking out of the four that I pulled was a lifeblood. Okay. So, what's interesting is I'm getting like Snow White vibes too, as even though that's a rose in her hand, it looks like an apple. Okay, and it's also bringing me back to like Eve and Lilith, how Eve was tempted with the poisonous apple, right? I don't know, and the white, there's just something symbolic with that for me. Okay, so let's see. Life, blood. It's about endings. I feel like when I read each of the cards, I feel that's going to be more fun along with the meaning. So I feel that could be more symbolic for some of you. A mysterious woman dressed in white holds a scythe as she contemplates the red rose in her hand. Skulls and skeletons can be seen swirling behind her in the shape of a lemon skein, suggesting that every ending comes a new beginning. The Reaper is usually dressed in black and tends to be a foreboding character. This one, with her silver hair and youthful appearance, reminds us that not all endings need to be tragic or unwelcome. Toxic relationships or periods of hardship have shelf life too. If you have drawn this card, then the lifeblood may be draining from a situation. There will always be times when endings are sad and are unexpected, but this card also represents the need to consciously cut away those things or people that are unhealthy or have outstayed their welcome. In this sense, lifeblood can be a positive card, encouraging an acute awareness and discernment. Knowing when something is over, however challenging that may be, can be an assist in both your personal and professional life. An ending may be upon you, and knowing that this is either necessary or unavoidable is part of this card's message. The Reaper is not a figure to fear, but to respect and in some cases appreciate. Okay. And then following that card was Beyond Words, which was another unicorn. How beautiful, right? And it looks like it's being a companion there. So I'm definitely getting this energy of like healing and also all this let me show you the other two cards real quick. I'll hold them all together and then we'll talk about them. But all of this, like, I would just have to show you even with her, like, all the white. Like, do you see all of that white? Like, it, like, you see her, you know, and the white cloak, the white unicorn, the white owl, and the white deer. So Awaken Your Magic and Fantasy Forest are the last two that we're going to talk about. But even with the white in this card here, and then underneath that is Eternal Bond with 2 more unicorns. Oh my gosh. Oh nuh-uh. The wish is underneath that. Oh my gosh. This, okay, I need to show you. This is the Gothic Oracle deck. That's what I mean. I would have never thought. My daughter got me this deck. I don't have the box here, but she got me this deck, right? It's a birthday gift, I believe. Yeah, it was a birthday. Yeah. Anyway, it has all different things in this deck. They're not all unicorns in this deck. And who would have thought that the Gothic Oracle would have so many beautiful unicorns in it? But they're all, like, and I didn't even go beyond the first card. When I pulled these 4, I put the deck down right with North Star on there. So I just put it down. Like, I didn't even see what was under until now. And I feel that's significant for some of you. Like, you're not seeing something, and it goes in line with the next card, because when I was starting to read it, I was like, okay, I gotta record this. You're not seeing something. It's about shifting, like all this unicorn energy. Like, you are definitely being guided. And I'm getting very strong, like, soul family, you know, this higher level consciousness. The unicorns work on the high realms, right? The unicorn realm is high up with the angelic realm. Okay, that's why not everybody sees or has access, but they're helping bring in the energy, right? Okay, so, oh my gosh. So anyway, I'm excited to take a look at those, but we're gonna get into the beyond words now. So it's about friendships. Remember I was saying soul family? Oh my goodness. Alright, so a young maiden and a unicorn sit together in silence. The water before them is cool and still. Though nothing is said, they both know what the other is thinking. Their friendship is beyond words, for they understand one another perfectly. True friendship is rarer than you might think. A real friend is someone who is willing to join with you in joy, but does not disappear when the going gets tough. Have you ever had a friend who is there both to laugh and cry with you? If you have drawn this card, you are being reminded of an unbreakable bond, one that can be trusted and relied upon, but that also brings much satisfaction. The unicorn and maiden are from different worlds, but this does not affect their compatibility. Their connection is based on a soul level rather than an earthly one. What I'm getting with this is, because I'm going to read the last section in just a second, but what I'm getting at is, for some of you, I felt like you were like on the course of the path that you were finding yourself on, like you were just trying to make it work over and over and over again, because you felt this energy surrounding you of this. But I feel for a lot of you, like you were feeling like other realms, help, assistance, protection, like you were feeling this energy around you. So, and maybe some of these people around you that were joining the life force, like they could have been pulling that energy away from you, like masking around, playing around in it. Do you know what I mean? Making it seem like it was them. It's like spell work, like, you know what I mean? Just like with the energetic, how energy can be manipulated or controlled. I mean, if you think about it, just like Wi-Fi, okay? And obviously, Wi-Fi is a signal. It's a real thing. It connects all of our electronics. Everybody knows that, right? But when it comes to spirituality and directing energy and doing magic, you don't think that can be controlled and manipulated, and that you attract. Anyway, think of it like that. So for some of you, it's like maybe somebody was like pulling the beautiful energy from your family that was coming at you, flipping it around. You were thinking it was them. That's where I feel like this attachment was, because it was like trickery. There was some sort of, you know, just like trickery. And I don't even know the story behind Snow White. I forget. I'm gonna investigate it probably after this, right, and see the significance of that. You know what I mean? But where I know something with the poisonous apple, though, right? So somebody was misled. Somebody like guided you, right? I'm getting this energy too, like somebody was like trying to tarnish you or something like that, or corrupt you. But it's not. You can't. I'm talking to an earth angel here, my chosen ones, your earth angels. Even doing these things, it's if it was due to manipulation, like you can be cleansed from it. And I was getting this energy too of like Mother Mary, and I'm going to be putting together like I don't want to say private, but like a censored reading, right? Where for my feminines that have went through some trauma, but I need to do that one when I'm more alone, right? But I was getting a lot of vibes about Mother Mary, but I don't like it when I have to wait to do content till I have more privacy. But so I just wanted to put a little bit out there, like that, you know, even Mary Magdalene. I say Mother Mary. I was talking about Mary Magdalene, right? How you know, she was labeled as a prostitute, and things like that, but she was filled with lustful energies and demons, and had demonic possessions, and she was saved, right? And had 7 demons, you know, extracted out of her and stuff. And you know, it's all about this, you know what I mean, the story and things like that. Like, that's not what she's remembered for, you know what I mean, in the purest energy, you know, the twin flame to Jesus. So that's what I mean, like, don't this energy that I'm feeling very strong for my feminines, right? Or even if you're a masculine and it's your divine feminine part of you that's making you feel down or corrupted for maybe manipulation or control, like especially like most of the chosen ones, you know, because they were so broken and abandoned, have went down paths of drugs and addiction, and have had to heal from those things, you know what I mean? And for some of you, like, that's getting you to not realize your potential because you fell to addiction, because you fell maybe to prostitution or sex work, or something like that, for that to come out in this reading. But that's the strong energy that I'm getting, because there's this big sacral chakra healing that's going on with divine feminines. And for some of you, like, it's not even from this lifetime. It could be from past lifetimes, right? And for some of you, you could be descendants from, you know, Mary Magdalene, you know, Mother Mary, for that coming up very strong too. And that could be why you feel this, because we're collapsing all of these timelines, right? So for some of you, maybe you struggled with sexuality, expressing yourself, or something like that. But like I said, I'm going to be putting together a separate reading for feminines, because I want to do that in a more private setting. Okay, so back to this. So what I'm getting at is, like, yeah, they tried to tarnish you or whatever. Even if you've taken on these things, once you heal from them, you healed them. They're done. It doesn't matter, you know, the perceptions of others. Okay. So in this reading, Beyond Words, you will remind you that someone is there for you. You may think that you know this person. You may think that you know who this person is, but think again. That is when I stopped and I was like, okay, I need to record this. In some situations, a supportive or kindly friend may not be the first one that comes to mind. Who has really been your rock through both the good and the bad? And for some of you, like, you may realize that that was your soul family, your spirit, ancestors, things like that, especially if you couldn't find anybody to console you, but you did in spirit. For some of you, you have bonded very closely with the unicorn realm. For some of you, you have, you know, it's other realms and things like that. That might be why you feel more supported and secured when you're alone, because that's when you work with your other realms, right? And also they're able to heal, because I'm getting this energy like they're healing and sharing, you know, because as you're connected, you know, you absorb whoever you're around, whatever you're around. And for some of you, I'm getting this energy like in isolation and things like that, that you could feel that. Okay. So, all right. Okay, so let's keep going. So awaken your magic is the next one. Inspiration and ideas. So, an owl in flight head towards you. The light of the moon illuminates its ivory wings as it prepares to land before you, with a pinnacle clutched in its talons. New ideas of inspiration can often feel like the arrival of a bird. They can come from nowhere and take hold of your mind. Sometimes they are fleeting, like the owl disappearing as quickly as they appear. We have all experienced the rush of inspiration, scurrying for a pen and a piece of paper to jot down the idea before it disappears. If you have drawn this card, it suggests that you are not only in the receipt of a brainwave of creative spark, but that now is the ideal time to make use of it. Once we become awakened by the magic of our imagination, we must consider ways we can manifest the idea into the physical world. So, have you had an idea of something that could change your life or the lives of others? Have you come up with a better way of doing something or found the solution to a problem? Think of practical ways the inspiration can come, released from your mind and born into reality. Okay, so I have one more. So this inspiration idea, awaken your flight. For some of you, like, these could have been ideas that were blocked or ideas that you felt that you wanted to pursue, but some sort of wounding was holding you back from it. Okay, so maybe for some of you, you're being called to do that. And let's take a look at the last one, fantasy forest. But there's something with this magic, the blue, all this illumination. Look at all the illumination on each of the horns. Okay, so let's see. Fantasy forest. And you could look up each of these spirit animals as well. Okay, so a woman rides, and this would be the white stag is what they're calling it. So the white stag and the owl. So a woman rides on a grand white stag through the forest, sprinkling the ground with sparkles of light. This majestic animal is often linked to the unseen realms, bringing messages from the other world. Here, he is surrounded by nature in all of its nighttime glory. The fantasy forest is the place where we can connect with other worlds. When we tap into our intuition or consult with our higher consciousness, this card represents the fear in which we do it. We all rely on our intuition from time to time. For our ancestors and animal friends, checking into their gut feeling has made a difference between life and death. If this card has graced your reading, it is time to consider how you feel. It does not suggest that you ignore logic, but rather trust in the message that appears to come from within. Have you ever felt negatively about someone on a first meeting only to be proven wrong a few weeks later? Can you remember a time when you were called to do something and defied popular opinion, but it worked out to be better than you had expected? There are examples of intuition as action. So some will call it instinct or second sight, even our sixth sense. However, you refer to it, you are being asked to lean on yours right now because it has something of relevance to tell you. So for some of you, it's like the answers that you've been looking for, where you're supposed to be going. It was blocked by some sort of wounding, some sort of control, or somebody was blocking something. It's going to be for you to discover because I'm picking up collectively a couple of different things. But that was the reading that I had for you guys. Hope this helped. Definitely feel free to like and watch whatever you feel guided to. Bye, guys.